Okey, mari David, kita dah boleh mula. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to the speaker and all participants. We start our program today with Kitab Al-Fatihah. Our honorable speaker, Brother Kevin Zahari, and all participants, in attention to all the participants via Zoom platform, please ensure that your audio Zoom applications is on silent mode. And for the information, the attendance link will be provided 30 minutes after the talk, and the feedback form link will be provided before 5-minute program ends. And all the participants need to fill up the attendance and feedback form to get their CTD points. And without further ado, I would like to invite Brother Kevin Zahari to give his talk entitled Fitness for the Busy Professional. Please welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Welcome to our two-hour perkongsian bersama. And I have to quickly check with our pengerusi majlis. Is this session going to be purely in English, or we have a mixed crowd, or boleh campur bahasa Malaysia as well?
Bergantung kepada Brother Kevin.
So boleh lah. So ada, okay. So kita keep it in Manglish lah. So akan ada sikit English ke bahasa Melayu dan sebagainya, because penting untuk saya dalam keadaan tidak melihat para peserta menyesuaikan the delivery dalam bahasa yang mungkin sesuai dengan anda. So again, I cannot see you guys on YouTube, but I can see those who are here on our Zoom session today. So feel free to use our chat, ruangan chat yang disediakan, to let me know what you prefer, whether it is English or bahasa Malaysia. And this is going to be, again, a very, very interesting 90 minit, 2 jam sesi bersama. And I really hope it's not just going to be me membebel seorang diri, because as much as possible, to help you berdepan dengan cabaran kecergasan during this kawalan pergerakan, to help you with your own personal health objectives, your fitness goals, maybe nak kurangkan berat badan dan sebagainya. It's really nice and would be great for everyone to share soalan-soalan yang anda mungkin ada, supaya we can make this an interactive session. We can get you on the stage as well untuk bersama dengan saya untuk bertanya soalan dan sebagainya. So again, our topic for today is fitness for the busy professionals. But let me just ask you right here, right now, and I'm going to check out the chat session as well. Adakah anda merupakan seorang pelajar, or are you a working professional? Let me know who you are, sekiranya supaya saya boleh mengenali latar belakang anda serba sedikit. So we have Nazrin Raza, merupakan kaki tangan hospital. Yeah, thank you for your contribution. I am assuming you are one of the many amazing frontliners in Malaysia yang menyumbangkan kepakaran, masa dan pelbagai energi untuk membantu negara berdepan dengan keadaan pandemik yang sangat-sangat luar biasa. So we have Siti Haja as well, kaki tangan hospital as well, Amira, working professional. So every one of you are working professionals. Very, very good. On YouTube, again, I cannot see the comments, but whether or not you are a working professional or a student or a housewife, or you are not working right now, like it or not, fitness, kecergasan diri, kawalan berat badan is something that touches each and every one of us. And erti kecergasan, or the definition of fitness pun has 1 million types of definitions. And I am sure every one of you here today mempunyai, definasi kecergasan yang tersendiri. So let me know, again, dalam ruangan chat yang disediakan, what is erti kecergasan buat diri anda supaya kita dapat fokus perbincangan kita bersama pada pagi ini berdasarkan kepada maklumat anda. So now, to make this very, very simple, let me know sekiranya anda ingin mengurangkan berat badan, if you would like to lose some weight right now dalam keadaan kawalan pergerakan ini, please just type the number 10 dalam ruangan chat sekiranya anda ingin mengurangkan berat badan. Yeah, just type the number 10 and I can see a lot of 10s here as well. And now, sekiranya anda ingin menambahkan berat badan, if you would like to increase your weight, because tak semua orang ingin kurangkan berat badan, if you would like to gain some weight, sila type 1 dalam ruangan komen as well, so I can see, latar belakang. So, siap Adam Haziq, nak kurang pun ada, nak menambah pun ada. Now, number 3, third question is, sekiranya anda ingin menambahkan kecergasan diri, please type in number 5 supaya I can know that you would like to increase your overall level of fitness, because that should be every one of you. So I see everyone is putting in 5, because tak semestinya you kurus yang you cergas, and tak semestinya you bermasalah berat badan that you tak cergas. So bentuk badan fizikal dengan kecergasan diri adalah dua perkara yang sangat berbeza, and we will try to bincangkannya bersama. Saya suka banyak tanya soalan supaya you dapat segi pemahaman asas yang anda ada, and pada masa yang sama ini membolehkan anda untuk juga kongsi ilmu dengan rakan-rakan seperjuangan kita supaya again you can check and semak pemahaman, and at the same time kita dapat berkongsi dan berinteraksi bersama. Now, last question from me before we get started is, kalau anda ingin mencungkil lemak pada mana-mana bahagian badan anda, sila type 100. If you would like to mencungkil lemak from any bahagian badan anda, sila type in 100 and let me know, wahai kawan-kawan seperjuangan, anda ingin mencungkil lemak daripada bahagian mana? Where would you like to cungkil lemak from? Perut, pipi, paha, punggung, mana you nak mencungkilkannya? If abdominal, we have perut, paha, lengan, perut, my belly. So a lot of perut, perut dengan paha kau. So now, let me ask you the first question today, and we will bincangkan, fitness for the busy professional, but at the end of the day, it is all about asas pemahaman. We in my team, kita sedang menjayakan a nationwide program called Bukan Soal Kurus, which translate to English, it's not about being thin. Dulunya our program was called Jom Kurus, but now it's called Bukan Soal Kurus, because it sounds more politically correct, and it allows us to basically melebarkan the program kepada kanak-kanak yang sememangnya tak nak kurus, but nak membesar dengan sihat, kecergasan dan sebagainya. And throughout the 8-week program, we focus really on the basics, asas ilmu 101, whether it is kawalan berat badan, whether it is fitness dan sebagainya. And insyaAllah kita akan bincangkan these things bersama bersama anda pada hari ini, supaya at the end of the session, which is actually quite nice panjangnya, sejam tu agak pendek, 2 jam tu is just nice, but doesn't have to be satu hala sepanjang mungkin the early sejam 90 minit. Feel free to melontarkan soalan kepada saya, and to make this easy, feel free to lift up your hand. You have a reaction butang dekat bawah tu, dekat Zoom yang ada emoticon. So you can press to raise your hand, and I don't think I have the power to get you on the air, or I'm sure Kai can membantu dari segi moderating the session. But if you are allowed to just unmute yourself diri sendiri nanti, to keep it easy, just raise your hand supaya kita boleh mengemukakan dan bincangkannya bersama, because it's more fun that way. Okay, now, because majority di sini ingin mencungkilkan lemak from somewhere somehow, let me ask you this. If seseorang ingin mencungkilkan lemak, nak kempiskan perut, nak six pack pelbagai, what would you recommend this person to do? Ya, so if a person berdepan dengan masalah perut buncit yang berlebihan, what would you recommend this person to do untuk menyelesaikan masalahnya? Ya, what should this person do? Yeah, we have Adam Haziq is saying jogging. We have Kai who's at the gym right now doing sit-ups. We have Fatin buat senaman. But Fatin, perhaps you can elaborate a bit more on the exercise tu sendiri, because exercise is very broad. Kita ada banyak bentuk senaman. Generally, my point of view, there's 4 type of senaman. You have senaman upper body, you have senaman lower body, you have senaman perut, and then you have senaman cardiovascular. So now, what senaman should somebody do untuk kurangkan masalah perut buncit? Now we have plank, calorie intake kawalan daripada Azim, Intan Suraya cakap jaga makan dan sebagainya, weightlifting daripada Nur Akmal. Yeah, so very, very good. Really good to share ilmu anda. Salah ke betul? It does not matter, because at the end of the day kita nak bincangkannya bersama untuk menambah dan mengukuhkan lagi ilmu pengetahuan anda tentang asas kecergasan, asas pemakanan, asas kawalan berat badan. And now, let me ask you this. Sekiranya Kai bermasalah perut berlebihan, ya, tak payah menunjukkannya sekarang, Brother Kai. But sekiranya Brother Kai kita bermasalah perut yang berlebihan, dan beliau menjaya melakukan senaman plank, sit-ups dan sebagainya dengan teknik senaman yang paling unggul, ya. Beliau menjayakan an amazing abdominal workout untuk jangka masa yang berpanjangan. Adakah senaman perut itu akan membantu beliau untuk kempiskan perut? Yes, no, or don't know. Adakah senaman perut akan membantu Brother Kai untuk kempiskan perut? Yes, no, or don't know. It's okay if you are not sure, but at the end of the day, this is antara soalan asas yang paling asas, because if you mengharapkan senaman perut tu kempiskan perut, but the reality-nya is not seperti mana yang diharapkan, then it becomes a problem, which we will discuss later. So now we have here, Suraya says no, Amalina said don't know, Al no, Fatin don't know, I don't know. Yes, so now majority are not quite sure, and Kai also thinks no. Now, very important, senaman perut tidak kempiskan perut. Senaman perut do not kempiskan, cungkilkan lemak perut anda. This is one of the most common misconceptions dalam senaman secara in English, abdominal workouts do not help you to get a flatter tummy. Now, sekiranya seseorang yang, again, this is very common in our program juga, ramai yang masuk dengan semangat kegairahan nak kurangkan berat badan semalam dan sebagainya. So again, the motivation is there, the usaha senaman is there, and then the execution is there, but ilmu tu kurang, mereka kecewa and they give up, because again they don't dapat apa yang mereka harapkan. So again, if you mengharapkan senaman perut tu kempiskan perut anda, you will be disappointed because it does not work that way. It's the same thing dengan fit gun yang you can buy dengan agak murah dekat Shopee ke Lazada. Harapan kau dapat six pack seperti model yang menjual ataupun models the fit gun product, and we get this kind of soalan all the time. Adakah fit gun membakar lemak perut? No. What fit gun does is what similar to what senaman perut does. dia merangsangkan, contraction fiber otot kau. So what happens is, when you do senaman perut, and you can just visualize it, what you are doing semasa buat senaman perut is that you panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan fiber otot perut in this case. Same thing with bicep curls. You pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan. Push up pun, it's all about senaman rintangan yang basically panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan fiber otot. Dengan harapan apa? What is the harapan of you panjangkan, pendekkan fiber otot tersebut? Cuba kawan-kawan kita, our brothers and sisters, cuba anda fikir sekejap, what is the objective of memanjangkan, memendekkan fiber otot sepanjang menjayakan mana-mana senaman rintangan? Can be body weight resistance, or it can be macam Kai dekat gym belakang tu yang ada pelbagai pemberat. What is the objective of panjangkan, pendekkan fiber otot? What is the purpose? Because if you are a busy professional, you don't have much time, kebarangkalian besar kecil, to spend hours at the gym every day. So when you meluangkan masa di gym ke dan sebagainya untuk senaman di rumah sekalipun, kita nak fokus kepada kualiti senaman supaya masa yang diluangkan dapat memberikan impact yang diharapkan. So a lot of discussions will focus on quality, but untuk anda menjayakan senaman yang berkualiti, you need to know asas. So when you do senaman rintangan sekalipun, a lot of ladies takut ambil beban yang besar, dia ambil dumbbell yang ala-ala drumstick yang paling kecil because takut tiba-tiba membangun esoknya dengan otot yang besar. But let me reassure you, my amazing sisters today, ladies cannot membina otot yang sebesar lelaki secara walaupun dengan senaman yang paling hebat sekalipun, because at the essence of it, you don't have enough hormone testosterone to membina otot yang besar. Now you do have hormone testosterone, but tak sebanyak lelaki. So naturally or hormonally, ladies will never be able to membina otot yang sebesar dengan lelaki. So jangan takut ambil beban yang berat, because if you ambil beban yang ringan, you get ulangan yang banyak, quantity. But again, it is not quality yang diharapkan. So now, let's try this. Yeah. Now let's say I'm going to do bicep curls. Berapa ulangan adakah disyorkan untuk seseorang melakukan satu set senaman dumbbell curls? How many ulangan should we sasarkan untuk one set melibatkan dumbbell? Berapa ulangan? How many repetitions should one set be? 8, 6, 10, 12, 15, 20. Yeah, we have Brian here, says 6 to 12. Yeah, anybody else? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, so far only Brian. Yeah. Don't worry if it's something that you're not sure about. Now, I am sure every one of you pernah ke gym, every one of you pernah mengambil beban dan sebagainya. And again, pada hari ini, you want to focus on the quality senaman. And feel free to jump in with questions sekiranya you have sebarang pertanyaan, or sekiranya you have sebarang bantahan pun boleh. Everything can be discussed intellectually supaya kita dapat bincangkannya bersama. Now, Brian, 6 to 12 is good. It doesn't have to be just 10 or 12. It can be 6 sometimes, 8 sometimes. No, let's start with 10. Let's go somewhere in the middle. Let's target for 10 ulangan. So let's say I do 10. I pick up a dumbbell. Assume this is a dumbbell. And I target 10 ulangan. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Let's say I managed to do 10 ulangan dengan teknik yang berkualiti. And when we say teknik yang berkualiti, it means more or less this, yeah. A, posture has to be good. In this case, I'm doing a bicep curl. I am isolating my arm. So I tak nak tangan tu naik pada masa yang sama because then it melibatkan bau pula. So in this case, I am isolating just bahagian bicep sahaja. So I keep my elbow kepit dekat tepi. And what I do is I go 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 down. When you pendekkan the otot, you go lebih cepat. Bila you panjangkannya, you want to go lebih lama sikit to stretch the fiber. Yeah. So again, you go 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 down, 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 down. Pada bila masakah, patutkah kita hembus nafas? When I go up or when I go down? When should I start to exhale? Yeah. When do you exhale? Bila naik or bila turun ke bawah? Yeah, you have to very simple to remember when to exhale, when to inhale. When you melawan gravity, you want to exhale because that's when you release tenaga ATP dan sebagainya. And when gravity membantu anda, you can tarik nafas semula. So whenever you melawan gravity, you want to exhale. So I go. But if I go really slow on the negative eccentric part, then I go. So when I go really slow to really melawan the gravity, jangan tahan nafas, you want to keep breathing. So again, so I go 10 times dengan teknik yang betul. If I target 10 ulangan, but saya berjaya melakukan 10 dengan teknik yang betul, adakah pilihan beban ini is too light? Too heavy or too light, too heavy or just nice? Target ulangan is 10 and I managed to do 10 ulangan dengan teknik yang betul. Is the beban too heavy, just nice or terlalu ringan? Cuba fikirkan. Is the weight too high, too low or just nice? If target ulangan is 10 and I managed to do 10 ulangan dengan agak sempurna. Ya, wahai tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, fikirkan, ya, the weight is too light sebenarnya. What we want is this, and it does not matter whether it's male or female dan sebagainya. When you do senaman rintangan and we do 10 ulangan untuk this time, when I target 10 ulangan and I do, let's say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you want to push sampai failure. Now, kita nak sampai ulangan yang ke-10 agak-agak, but kita nak have a sense of muscle fatigue pada 2-3 ulangan yang terakhir. Kenapa? I will share very shortly. Because if we target 10 ulangan, but boleh buat dengan sempurna tanpa fatiguing the muscle, then sebenarnya the quality yang diharapkan belum sampai. Now, why do we want to sampai ke fatigue otot? Is because the whole process of panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan, panjangkan, pendekkan the fiber is to mengharapkan dia ada koyakan yang kecil. What we want is to for the muscle yang ada fiber to have microscopic koyakan along the fiber muscle yang esoknya you rasa as sakitnya aku, soreness, sengal pada bahagian yang terlibat. If brother Kai kita melakukan senaman perut pada hari ini, esoknya jam 10:30 pagi, beliau mempunyai orang buat lawak, sakit dan sebagainya. Is the pain good or no good? Is the pain tanda senaman yang berkualiti or is the pain tanda senaman itu kurang berkualiti? Ya, cuba fikirkan sekejap. Ya, Kai says it's quality, Fatin says it's good as well. Ya, the soreness is something yang menggambarkan kualiti senaman, but ia agak ketara, ya, it can be quite extreme. Kalau anda tak pernah buat senaman, tiba-tiba terinspirasi daripada sesi hari ini, memulakan sesi senaman untuk diri anda. It can be quite severe the next day. Kalau anda buat senaman peha contohnya, and the next day duduk antara sujud zuhur asar, air mata mula mengalir, kesakitan kau, not because khusyuk solat, but because again in the beginning, if you are a beginner, the pain can be quite dramatic because you are starting from agak zero, but lama kelamaan you still mengharapkan the soreness, but it will not be as bad as the first time. So a lot of our peserta in our program bukan soal kurus, baru lepas minggu pertama, and in the first week, the soreness can be quite bad because the muscle strength is not quite there. But demi minggu ke minggu, it's not going to be as bad as kali yang pertama. Yeah, I see a question nak tanya. No. Okay, soalannya relevant kepada Kai, not to me. Yeah, so again, where we were just now. So again, the idea of the senaman rintangan is to memecahkan the otot. Now, once the otot tu koyak, bukanlah koyak habis, but ada koyakan yang microscopic and sengal the next day, it will tell the body that wahai badan aku, otot ini tak cukup kuat untuk menampung senaman semalam. Koyak, sila menampal dan membaiki koyakan otot tersebut supaya then dia dapat menyesuaikan diri untuk berdepan dengan potensi senaman yang sama. Tanpa rintangan, catalyst, pemangkin senaman yang berkualiti, otot tak pecah, then there is no reason for the otot to again menyesuaikan dan membaiki, menguatkan diri dari masa ke semasa. Beres? Beres. Now, what happens if we buat senaman perut, otot tu koyak, sengal, what the body then will do, dia akan start to menampal koyakan tersebut. And Brother Kai, am I allowed to do any annotations here or tak ada ya? Do we have the ability to annotate and draw tak? Tak nampak kat bawah.
Brother nak buat apa? Nak request buat apa?
I nak draw something, melukis.
Draw something.
We try annotate, advanced. I try this one sekejap, whiteboard ni. Boleh kot? Okay. Nampak ke? Kai, do you see this? Can you all see the whiteboard? Okay, nampak. All right. So now basically what happens is this. I'm going to try and draw. If this is your tummy, yeah, this is your six-pack yang diharapkan. Yeah, this is natang masalah lemak kau. Yeah, this is the problem. This is your fat plus, what is this? Lemak dan this is lemak campur dengan water, generally speaking lah. Yeah, and this is your abs. So now what happens is, now I see some direct messages on soalan. I will answer the questions very shortly after this. But basically what happens now is that once you buat senaman perut, what happens is that, can I change the color? Let me see. Change color. Okay. So as you buat senaman perut, this part will become bigger. It will start to become stronger and stronger because of senaman rintangan yang berkualiti. So instead of you actually making this whole area smaller, the ab muscles start to become bigger. But natang masalah kau is again the lemak yang berlebihan dekat sini. So without you actually menyelesaikan this masalah, the problem just becomes bigger. And one of the most common questions yang ramai ladies terutamanya mengemukakan kepada saya is, "Hi Cik Kevin, saya lakukan squat hari-hari. Saya bermasalah paha punggung yang besar, but dengan senaman squat hari-hari, paha punggung itu makin besar." And that is normal because once you buat senaman rintangan squat dan sebagainya, the whole muscle area will become bigger and it will start to push everything out. Melainkan you actually learn to focus on removing this, which again is lemak dengan air. And if you sapu dekat sini, ramai yang beli krim-krim panas, lotion mustajab kau. Ya, lotion mustajab, I don't know how to spell it. Mustajab. Harapannya is jatuhnya lemak-lemak di bawah. But in reality-nya is apa yang jatuh di bawah adalah air mata engkau kan kat sini. Yang jatuh kat sini. Ya, so once you sapu, it's not your lemak yang jatuh di bawah hasil daripada lotion mustajab, but at the end of the day, it is just water hasil daripada peluh anda because of again permukaan tu lebih panas. So let me stop sharing this sekejap and let me quickly answer some of the questions yang sebenarnya relevant dengan our discussion. So before we kita move on, and again, anda semua sebenarnya menentukan hala tuju perbincangan kita because kita nak ia relevant kepada keperluan dan pertanyaan everyone here as well. Okay, let me try and scroll up to see what we have here. Daripada Adam, saya nak tanya senaman apa yang sesuai kalau sakit pinggang. Now, if you have sakit pinggang, which is a very broad sakit, and there can be macam-macam benda yang salah dengan your sakit pinggang or for other sakit lutut dan sebagainya. My first advice is if you have sebarang kecederaan yang melibatkan sendi, ya, not otot. Otot so sakit tu agak diharapkan daripada senaman, but when you have sebarang kecederaan yang melibatkan sendi badan, whether it's gelang tangan, your siku, your shoulders, your spine, your hips, any kind of joint yang melibatkan kecederaan, my advice is stop sekejap, ya, berikan rehat kepada sendi tersebut untuk membaiki diri. If selepas seminggu dua it is still the same, and usually sakit sendi ni dia punya pain is very acute dengan pergerakan yang tertentu, my advice is dapatkan rujukan daripada physiotherapist or a medical professional untuk menilai, give you diagnosis of what is kecederaan yang terlibat sama, supaya A, you boleh fokus kepada the recovery, and B, mungkin you boleh menjayakan senaman yang tidak melibatkan sakit pinggang itu. So, contohnya, if you can't do anything yang melibatkan senaman impact tinggi, you can still do senaman yang berimpact, no impact, ya. So there's a lot of senaman yang you can regress kepada supaya tidak memudaratkan atau melibatkan bahagian yang cedera. And if you cannot do senaman berdiri, you can still do senaman duduk pun boleh dan sebagainya. So you have to sesuaikan gaya hidup aktif dengan kecederaan dan keadaan yang ada, but at the same time you want to focus on the recovery of bahagian yang tercedera supaya at the end of the day dia tidak lagi memudaratkan keadaan. Don't fight through the pain kalau dia melibatkan sendi. It is not a no pain, no gain scenario. You have so much to lose if you still the gale to fight through kecederaan sendi. Teruskan senaman daripada, now if you have koyakan pada your tendon, ligament dalam struktur sendi anda, if you have a partial tear, which you can bayangkan macam dahan pokok yang belum jatuh, still sambung dengan pokok, but agak ada koyakan, retakan yang kecil, dengan rehat, ya, you boleh again memulihkan retakan tersebut. But if you still nak bersenam juga, dahan tu makin longgar, akhirnya akan jatuh. And once the dahan jatuh ke tanah, there is no way to menyambungkannya semula kepada pokok, melainkan melibatkan pembedahan, which is something ramai orang always want to avoid, because pembedahan melibatkan then 3-6 bulan recovery dan sebagainya. So my advice is any joint pain, rest the bahagian and then focus on the recovery. It is not just soal urut mengurut sahaja, because if dia perlu melibatkan rehat dan sebagainya, or some kind of physiotherapy, shock therapy dan sebagainya, then you have to go through that supaya you focus on the recovery. So my advice to Adam, long story short, is if you have sakit pinggang, make sure you know what exactly is wrong with your pinggang itu, focus on the recovery, but at the same time boleh aktifkan diri dengan senaman yang tidak melibatkan bahagian yang tercedera itu. Okay. Okay, we have forensic unit. Sort bro, kalau tali pinggang apa yang sesuai untuk pakai bila angkat mayat untuk jaga pinggang? It's very deep question, ya. Now I don't want to talk about mayat dan sebagainya, but I think the posture to mengangkat benda yang berat by itself is really important. So what we want to do is avoid daripada, you want to avoid obviously mengangkat benda dengan your back. So in this case, I'm using just my back to basically hinge forward. But what we want to do, angkat benda yang berat, you want to actually squat down, keep the upper body agak tegak so that the entire body dapat bekerjasama untuk mengangkat benda yang berat. So again, you want to avoid hinging your hips, yang again akan melibatkan beban dan berat yang stress tinggi on your back. So always tegakkan badan and use the kekuatan lower body, arms and shoulders untuk mengangkat berat pada masa yang sama, so that you can distribute the stresses to multiple body parts instead of just focusing it on your lower back sahaja. Ikin is asking, adakah weight training guna dumbbell dapat turunkan berat badan? Very good question. And cuba anda fikirkan, if Ikin bermasalah berat badan, sesuaikah beliau melakukan senaman bebanan untuk mengurangkan berat badan beliau? Should she do weight training or resistance training dalam usaha beliau untuk mengurangkan berat badan? Yes or no? Yeah, very good question. Should she angkat berat or not semasa proses penurunan berat badan? And the answer is yes, sangat-sangat digalakkan, kerana senaman bebanan akan meningkatkan jizim otot Ikin. Ya, so once you meningkatkan jizim otot dalam badan, and you kena bayangkan otot ni is macam horsepower kereta. So cuba you imagine kereta Ferrari buka engine, and imagine kereta Toyota kecil buka engine. So you have one Ferrari and one Toyota kecil. Dua-dua tak bergerak, dua-dua tak masuk gear. Which car will burn more fuel? The Ferrari or the Toyota? Now, of course, the Ferrari will burn more fuel dalam keadaan tidak bergerak, just bernafas sahaja, because there's so much horsepower that the engine is using to basically menggerakkannya. And otot is the same thing. The more otot you have, otot require more energy to sustain and menggerakkannya. The more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolism is. And this is the next question. What is natang metabolism? Metabolism adalah istilah yang sering dilontarkan ya oleh macam-macam pihak menjual produk kurus kau, metabolisme kau akan naik, orang sapu ini. There's a lot of people yang mempergunakan kekurangan ilmu orang ramai untuk menjual suatu perkara yang sebenarnya tidak akan menyelesaikan apa-apa masalah secara am. The product tidak menipu, tapi the products usually mempermainkan keadaan supaya pengguna diperguna. My advice kepada wahai si pengguna is always boleh memperguna, but jangan diperguna. So let me ask you this. What is natang metabolisme? What is it? What is metabolisme? Cuba fikir sekejap, and if you think you know what it is, you can share it dalam ruangan chat yang disediakan. What is metabolisme? What is it? What is metabolisme? Metabolisme adalah, I'm going to use perumpamaan kereta in this. So bayangkan Kak, metabolisme adalah jumlah pembakaran minyak kereta seharian kau. I repeat, metabolisme is the amount of fuel your car will burn in the 24-hour period. Whether it moves, does not move, does not matter. As long as the engine is on, the car will burn fuel. You sebagai tuan-tuan dan puan-puan badan diri yang tersendiri, you pun burn calories right now dengan hanya menonton. Ya, even you termenung 24 jam pun, you still burn tenaga, you still burn calories. You tidur dengan lena pun, you still bakar kalori. Kalau penyakit hospital, datang hospital, baring katil koma 24 jam pun still akan bakar kalori juga. You always burn calories selagi engine kereta kau is on. Once engine off, we die. Then of course pembakaran tu berhenti. But we always burn calories. And let me do something with you guys. And saya ingin menjemput all brothers and sisters to melakukannya bersama. I'm going to help you count. I'm going to help you menilai your metabolisme sekarang. And I'm going to share my screen. Yeah, I'm going to go to Google quick. Let me share my screen. Share. Yeah, I'm going to go here. Okay, now go to Google and you Google BMR calculator. BMR calculator. And I would highly recommend every one of you doing this. Kalau you tak pernah buat benda ni, just do it for diri sendiri. Ya, go to BMR calculator. You will berjumpa dengan this laman web yang kebiruan ini. And I would highly recommend every one of you to try and do it for diri sendiri. And let me do it for myself. Yeah, you can use US units or metric units. Now, my age is 42. Yeah, male height is 172. My weight is 68 kilos. Now, this would give me a BMR of 1,550 calories per day. BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. Yeah, I will just paste it inside here. Or people call it resting metabolic rate. This is the number of calories your body burns per day secara if you tak buat apa-apa. Koma 24 jam, termenung 24 jam, tidur 24 jam, your body is still alive, heart is beating, lung is expanding, darah mengalir. All of this memerlukan tenaga. How much? Agak-agak based on umur jantina, berat dan tinggi. In my case, my body will burn 1,550 calories per day. Yeah. So now I would highly galakkan anda semua, sila kongsikan metabolisme anda dengan kawan-kawan kita, especially Ikin, if you are still with us here right now, supaya kita boleh bandingkannya, kerana it is not the same untuk semua. Everyone says BMR is agak berbeza-beza. So tolong kongsikan sekejap your BMR. Yeah, we have Nick at similar to mine, very close at 1593. We have Fatin at 1568. We have one at 1550. We have City at 14. Yeah, it's going to be different for everyone, and this is very important because yang ini akan membantu anda memahami jumlah keperluan makanan seharian. Ya, and B, kenapa orang yang lebih berat dan sebagainya akan bakar kalori yang berlebihan. This is why it helps you to focus on perjuangan diri sendiri, because again, kecergasan is very unique, kurangkan kawal berat badan is very unique, and jumlah pengisian minyak kereta is sangat unik. Yeah, we have Adam at 17700, Shira at 1406. Ladies generally will burn less calories. So if let's say I tukar jantina jadi perempuan, yeah, my BMR will drop to about 1400 sahaja. Why? Because ladies walaupun berat sama, tinggi sama, usia sama, ladies mempunyai otot yang berkurangan secara amnya versus lelaki. And again, otot merupakan pembakar kalori yang tersendiri. So if I have more muscle mass, then my metabolism would be lebih tinggi. That's why untuk ladies, weight loss typically takes more time berbanding dengan lelaki, terutamanya apabila ada lelaki yang berbadan besar. If my weight suddenly menjadi 100 kilo, yeah, or 120 kilos, male, yeah, everything the same, but berat makin tinggi, my BMR suddenly becomes 2000. Because untuk menggerakkan, menghidupkan kenderaan yang besar, the body has to work so much harder. Ya, untuk mengalirkan darah, untuk sustain kehidupan untuk orang yang besar, takes more energy. That's why lori membakar minyak yang lebih berbanding kenderaan yang more fuel economy. And this is why orang yang berat badan dia besar lebih mudah untuk kurang berat badan dalam jangka masa yang pendek. So now, let me go back to my weight. Let's say 68. Yeah, and this is jumlah pembakaran kalori sekiranya tak buat apa. This jadual yang kat bawah ni is sangat important for you to memahami pembakaran kalori dalam keadaan kawalan pergerakan PKP. And if I go too fast and you have sebarang pertanyaan, please let me know dalam ruangan yang disediakan. So now, of course I'm not coma, because the 15500 here is coma 24 jam, but my lifestyle is not coma. This is where anda perlu tepuk dada, tanya diri tentang what is your lifestyle. Adakah anda sedentary? That means very little or no exercise. Adakah anda bersenam 1-3 kali seminggu, 4-5 kali seminggu? Adakah pekerjaan tu memang sepanjang hari very physical? And this will change dari keadaan kawalan pergerakan, boleh bergerak, boleh bersenam di luar. Realitinya is, walaupun senaman saya sama 3-4 kali seminggu, my pergerakan kehidupan dalam keadaan PKP ini memang berkurangan. Because kurang pergerakan ke mana-mana. So every day I don't burn maybe 300-400 calories disebabkan tak boleh berjalan dekat luar, tak pergi mana-mana, tak pergi shopping mall, tak pergi mana-mana, justru rumah. Walaupun senaman sejam sehari, at the end of the day I'm not as active as before. So kalau dulunya I am maybe here or here, now walaupun I bersenam 4-5 kali, I will always ambil yang ini because it is kurang pergerakan secara am. So I would like to ask you sekarang ini, what is your active metabolic rate? Ya, AMR, I will type it down, active metabolic rate. Yeah, cuba you type it down. What is your active metabolic rate? Basically, your active metabolic rate is equal to your BMR multiplied by your lifestyle, which you can refer refer to the table. Yeah, cuba you share with us, and I give you 1-2 minute to let me know what is your jumlah pembakaran kalori seharian Anda. Yeah, we have one Muhammad, same like mine, it's a PG. That means probably everything is the same. We have Brian at 1514. That should be your BMR and not your AMR. The good thing about mengenali your AMR, which in this case is for me 2131, it then makes me understand that my body generally, this is not in stone, yeah, this is just an estimate, my body will agak-agak membakar 2131 calorie per day. Why is this number important? Because then dia membolehkan saya untuk melakar plan pemakanan yang sesuai dengan pembakaran kalori dan sesuai dengan matlamat kurang kawal berat badan diri saya, which is the next thing we will talk about selepas ini. Ya. So we have Intan Suraya at 1550. We have Brian at 1218. We have Fatin at 216. 56. We have Kai at just about 2000. So if this is something new to you, this is super awesome, super amazing, and this is Asas Metabolism 101. So if someone asks you, what is natang metabolism engkau? This is the number, the amount of fuel your body burns per day based on umur jantina, berat, tinggi, dan gaya hidup. More active, the more you move, the more you burn. Ya, kurang pergerakan kawalan PKP, you burn less. You have to kurang isi minyak dan sebagainya. And walaupun kalori is benda yang remeh-temeh, and you do not have to count calories, you have to memahami calories. Like it or not, you isi minyak hari-hari, makanan berkalori. You bersenam hari-hari, burn calorie. Again, tak perlu kira every makanan, minuman berapa leceh. I also don't do it, but I know agak-agak keperluan berapa. I know agak-agak jumlah kalori dalam makanan berapa supaya I can make an educated decision based on my maklumat secara am. So now, let's do this next. Let me stop sharing this. Can I get one volunteer from our audience here today to help him or her to perhaps melakar plan kurangkan kawalan berat badan? Any one of you wants to volunteer to basically membantu anda bersama to melakar plan kurangkan berat badan or plan senaman secara am? Who would like to volunteer? Yeah, if you want to volunteer, yeah, we have one here. Let me, yeah, can we get Kai? Can we get one Muhammad?
MLM. Aku buka.
Yeah, if you would like to volunteer, just use the reaction button to raise your hand. It's nothing luar biasa. All we will do is to melakar the plan together for you. It will take about maybe 10-15 minutes or so. Kalau no one volunteers, Kai, you have to volunteer lah. Come on, guys. Yeah, let's belajar bersama together. Let's go.
Saya memang kecil dah.
Tak apa. Okay, let's do it for you. Tak kisah, doesn't matter. Boleh. Let's have Kai. Yeah. So, and what I will do with you again is Asas 101, which will help you in terms of being a busy fitness professional dan sebagainya. And let's do this real quick together. Let me open up my app real quick. Second. Okay. I'm going to share. 1 second, Kai. Okay. Kai, you can see this, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so now this is Kai.
Mhm. Mhm.
What is your weight today?
Wait.
Yeah.
54.
54, so small.
Mm.
Okay. And what is your what is your BMR?
BMR. 1410.
1410. Your AMR?
AMR 1998.
199. Let's say 2000 lah. 2000
2000.
and 1004 lah. Yeah. So now let's make this a bit more. Assuming let's now this is your target weight, and we're just gonna make it fun sikit. This is your weight now. Let's make it 64. Contoh sahaja.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 64 is your weight right now. Your target weight is 54. You nak kurangkan total 10 kilo lah. 10 kilo to lose. Now, I'm going to ask everyone here in the chat room as well. This is again is weight loss 101, weight management 101, which is part of kawalan kecergasan kesihatan diri secara am. Now, if Kai ingin kurangkan 10 kilo dan dia membakar 2000 kalori sehari, the question I want to ask you is, how much should he eat per day? Berapa kalori should Kai makan in a day agak-agak? How many calories would you galakkan kepada Kai untuk makan in a day? Berapa kalori? Agak-agak. Should you think about it? Because whether you like it or not, there's a lot of diets out there. There's IF lah, Atkins lah, keto lah, suku-suku separuh lah. There's a lot of diets. All the diets will somehow mengawal kalori. But it's important for you to tak follow mana-mana diet. It's really important to belajar, but then membina diet diri sendiri. And walaupun mungkin Kai tidak bermasalah berat badan in real life, there will be a point in his life di mana mungkin rakan-rakan seperjuangan memerlukan bantuan beliau, and this asas will help not just you to mungkin melakar plan untuk diri sendiri, but also melakar plan untuk kawan-kawan atau ahli-ahli keluarga kita, because Malaysia is negara yang paling obese di Asia. We are either number 1 or number 2 antara kita dengan Brunei. And untuk membenteras obesity di Malaysia, sangkut paut dengan kecergasan, it has to start with us, start with our communities, supaya kita dapat again menggerakkannya bersama. So we have Salman recommend 1,200 calories per day. Kai, do you think 1,200 is good or no good?
I think it's too much.
It's too much. So how much would you galakkan you to makan if you burn 2,000 per day?
1,000.
1,000, yeah. 1,000 is, okay now, wahai kawan-kawan kita on YouTube and Zoom today, if Kai would like to makan 1,000 calories per day, is that good or no good? Yeah. Would you want him to have more or less, or 1,000 is just nice? If Kai makan 1,800 calories per day, will he still lose weight? Yes or no? Will you lose weight, Kai, if you makan 1,008?
Yes.
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 Yes, we have Fatin says yes. We say Nick also. So now everybody is saying yes. Now the problem generally is ramai orang nak kurus malam. And this is not about Kai right now, but ramai orang di luar sana, they want to lose the weight secepat mungkin, and it becomes very stressful. And when it becomes stressful, dia susah untuk berkekalan, and they will give up very quickly. So now the idea of this right now, this exercise, is to help you manage expectation diri sendiri and also membantu kawan-kawan to manage expectation supaya mereka tak sentiasa diperdaya dengan social media yang always memberikan gambaran yang tak realistik sebenarnya. Now let's go with this. Let's go somewhere in between. Let's go with 1,006. Kalau Kai makan 1,006, makan 2,000 calorie is burned, ya, dibakar. His weight today is 64 kilos. The question I have for you is, if Kai makan 1,006, he eats 1,006, but he burns 2,000 calories per day based on umur jantina, berat tinggi dan lifestyle beliau, his weight tomorrow will be more, same or less? What will his weight be tomorrow? More, same or less kalau beliau makan 1,006 and bakar 2,000? What will his weight be tomorrow? You bayangkan, kereta ya, isi minyak 1,006, kereta bergerak 2,000, tak cukup 400. Where will the car get the energy yang tak cukup 400 itu? Where will it come from? It will come from your Kai, dari mana? Kai tengah memikir ni. This is where people start to get lost. Yeah. Now, the entire life, you know, you are meant to exercise, meant to kawal makanan. But once we start to break it down serba sedikit, people start to lose the connection of how things work. Now, again, if you isi kereta 1,006, but you bergerak 2,000 calorie, where will the car get the 400 calorie yang tak cukup itu? Because nak tak nak, the car has to burn 2,000. Because you cannot create energy from nothing. And calorie is energy sukatan dalam makanan. So if you isi minyak 1,006 and you burn 2,000 per day, the car will get the 400 yang tak cukup daripada your tangki minyak. Your tangki minyak will supply the 400. Yeah, we call this the deficit. So now, if badan Kai now mengambil lemak minyak keretanya 400 calorie itu, then the golden question is, what will Kai's weight be tomorrow sekiranya dia mengambil lemak minyak keretanya sebanyak 400? So again, isi 1,006, bakar 2,000, ambil minyak kereta 400 untuk cukupkan tenaga 2,000 yang perlu untuk dibakar. Now the question then will be is, if berat Kai hari ini is 64, what will his weight be then tomorrow kalau kita membakar lemak badan sebanyak 400? Because this is why you will get bigger and bigger, because you isi minyak with more energy than you actually bakar. And we have Hilmi here who says lebih kurang 63.5. And this is where ramai orang around the world agak kurang pasti. What is hubungan di antara pengisian minyak kereta, pembakaran kereta dengan berat badan kereta? And the nisbah is 1 kilo berat badan bersamaan dengan 7,700 calorie. If this is the only thing you remember from today, remember this. 1 kilo berat badan bersamaan dengan 7,700 calorie. It is a lot. It does not matter laki, perempuan, berat you 100 ke, 200 ke, tinggi 2 meter ke 1.5, 1 kilo is 7,700 calorie. So if now we know that is the nisbah, maka 400 kalori bahagi dengan 7,700. Let me just do it real quick. 400 divided 7,700. His weight will go down by about 50 gram. Yeah, 50 grams sahaja. So his weight tomorrow will be at 63.95 calories. Berkilo. Sorry. So this is why weight loss takes time. And if kita nak memberikan, sasaran jangka masa on how long it will take for Kai to lose 10 kilo. Ya, if kita tahu dia bakar 2,000 and dia makan 1,600 That's it, 1,600. Okay, cuba you fikir sekejap, wahai brothers and sisters yang bijaksana, how long will it take Kai to kurangkan 10 kilo berat badan kalau beliau makan 1,600, bakar 2,000 every day, and we know that 1 kilo is 7,700 calories. And we have Azim here, very, very good. Yeah, it's 200 days. Hilmi pun 200 days. Now, I'm not sure if that is correct, but we have two of the same. Now, I am sure ramai orang maybe agak lost sekarang, but this is very important because this is to manage expectation. Expectation Kai, orang ramai yang nak kurangkan 10 kilo because of social media yang always melontarkan kurangnya 3-4 kilo seminggu dan sebagainya, ramai orang tertekan, stress, and they give up because again dia nak benda tu cepat but tak memahami keadaan. Asas ilmu is not always give up because expectation tidak menepati dengan keadaan yang sebenar. Yeah. And yeah, Hilmi says maybe 300 because we can makan lebih. Yeah, let's go in the first scenario. Let's go with katakanlah in theory Kai makan sempurna 1,600 and we have to lose 10 kilo. 10 kilo, 1 kilo is 7,700. So nak tak nak Kai kena membuang daripada badan beliau 77,000 calories. And we're going to do this over a period over 400 calories per day. So we divide 7,700 divided by 400 and we get 7,700. I know it's a bit of mathematics, but just untuk mengawal keadaan, and it's more or less about, yes, very, very good, about 192 days or just about 6 to 7 months. 6 to 7 months to kurangkan 10 kilo, no social media will viral. But this is realistic and keadaan yang sangat-sangat awesome sekiranya Kai dapat menjayakannya. But in reality-nya is social media will always cuba make it a 1 month, 2 month journey. Orang nak kaya cepat, kurus cepat, putih cepat, but it does not work like that in real life. And if Kai or on individual betul-betul berjaya mengurangkan 10 kilo dalam masa 6 to 7 months, it is extremely amazing. But as Hilmi said, kebarangkalian it will take longer because mustahil Kai dapat makan 1,600 dengan sempurnanya. So there will be cheat days. There will be cheat days di mana weekend makan lebih. But if let's say, Monday through Friday makan 1,600. 1,600. So they basically dapat jimat 400 times 5 calories or 2,000. 2,000 calories you jimat in 5 days. Saturday and Sunday, let's say makan 2,000. So no deficit. Isi minyak, bakar minyak sama. So jimat here is now 0. So now instead of adanya 400 per day, now we only have lebih kurang we have 2,000 divided by 7. Now we only have 2,000 divided by 7 is just about 285 calories per day, but still at a deficit. So now if we divide 77,000 divided by 285, masanya akan lebih lama, and we will get 77,000 divided by 285. We get lebih kurang 270 days, or just about 9 months. Yeah, so now again, a lot of kira-kira untuk menjawab soalan ini, but if this is something new to you, and I can show you from our peserta pada hari ini, some of you get it, some of you mungkin not sure what we just did. On YouTube pun sama juga, but this is energy conservation 101, pengisian minyak kereta, pembakaran minyak kereta untuk mengawal berat badan berdasarkan kepada gaya hidup aktif tak aktif, and also berdasarkan kepada usia. As we get older, metabolisme akan mengurang semula jadinya because we lose otot, ya, testosterone, menopause dan sebagainya. So as you get older, and I'm going to stop sharing right now, yeah, as we get older, metabolisme mengurang. So Kai right now is very young, but as you get older, Kai, you will start to lose, the kelebihan usia awet muda. Metabolisme will start to decline, metabolisme will drop, otot berkurangan, and this is where then faktor senaman rintangan berkualiti wajib untuk memberikan sebab kepada badan untuk mengekalkan otot yang ada. So the next question that I want to ask to Kai right now is, untuk Kai or seseorang mengawal berat badan, wajib tak beliau bersenam? Hukumnya wajib atau tak wajib untuk kekalkan berat badan? And again, everyone, you are welcome to share your answer as well. Must Kai exercise to lose weight? Yes or no?
Must.
Hukumnya wajib. Sunat
Wajib.
muakkad, what must you do?
Wajib exercise.
The senaman tak wajib. Yeah, it is mungkin
Wajib.
sunat muakkad, as Munira says, because if you have sakit pinggang, kecederaan yang many have along your life, senaman tak wajib untuk mengawal berat badan. If you sakit, tak boleh bersenam because of kesibukan dan sebagainya. Basically what you need to do is memahami, okay, kurang pergerakan kereta, kurang pembakaran minyak kereta, maka cannot isi jumlah minyak yang sama. So then you have to menyesuaikan keadaan dengan makan jumlah yang lebih kurang sikit berbanding dengan pergerakan kereta yang lebih banyak, hasil daripada kecederaan, kesibukan yang I guarantee you akan melanda a busy professional dalam kehidupannya, because kehidupan is bergelora. So all of this asas is to memperkasakan Kai, ya, memperkasakan para peserta untuk menyesuaikan keadaan dalam kegeloraan kehidupan yang memangnya ada ups and downs, but hukum senaman is not wajib untuk mengekalkan, mengurangkan berat badan, but hukum senaman is wajib untuk mengekalkan kecergasan. So untuk maintain fitness, hukum senaman adalah wajib, because your body cannot kekalkan keupayaan kecergasan jantung, cardiovascular, otot dan sebagainya, because once you dah ada otot yang bagus, hasil daripada senaman yang berkualiti, once you stop bersenam,
your muscle yang besar itu akan tell the body, tak perlu ada otot yang sebesar ini, tak ada aktiviti yang memerlukan size yang sebegitu besar, and your body will start to adjust. Badan, otot bergantung kepada then faktor yang kurang aktif. So contohnya again, you have a lot of footballers, a footballer yang cedera ACL tear ke apa, lepas dah dibedah, lepas dah pulih, dia tak boleh terus masuk permainan semula because again, dia punya body has regressed dari segi kecergasan diri because kurang aktif semasa recovery, and they have to rebuild the fitness again dengan melibatkan senaman kardiovaskular untuk membina kecergasan semula. Beres, Kai? Okay, any soalan from you before we let you go semula? And I have some questions here from direct message. I will answer those shortly. Yeah, if you have sebarang pertanyaan.
Ada soalan daripada ruangan chat tadi yang saya perasan. Soalan daripada Wan Muhammad Muzrin. What is your opinion regarding intermittent fasting, IF?
Okay. Intermittent fasting, I can see the question here. Intermittent fasting is diet yang popular sekarang, but it is not diet yang baru sebenarnya. Intermittent fasting has been around since 80-an. Amalan puasa Ramadan has been around for more than 1,000 years. Puasa mempunyai kebaikan yang tersendiri. We have a bit of audio here from Nur Rohima.
Ada 3 beg, 2 yellow, 1 kristal.
Okay, so sorry again. So I repeat. Yeah, so IF is nothing luar biasa. It is something yang mempunyai kebaikan yang tersendiri, just like Ramadan puasa as well. How it works, same thing with puasa Ramadan. They basically menyekat pengambilan kalori daripada, in this case, sahur sampai maghrib or dalam ruangan masa yang disediakan. Beza IF dengan Ramadan, IF you can still minum kopi or kosong. You can still minum air kosong. Yeah, so you can makan minum benda yang 0 calories dalam keadaan berpuasa mereka, but you tidak boleh mengambil makanan-makanan yang berkalori. So any diet akan either cuba mengawal jumlah pengambilan kalori dengan either menghadkan waktu makanan or mengawal bentuk makanan seperti Atkins keto yang mengawal pengambilan karbohidrat. So there's no diet yang boleh membenarkan makanlah apa je kau nak, tak perlu mengawal jumlah. At the end of the day, it still comes down to jumlah pengambilan. But the biggest cabaran dengan mana-mana diet is sustainability, kekekalan untuk mengamalkannya. Ramadan sebulan pun is usaha yang sangat hebat, sangat dahsyat. Ramai akan kurang jumlah berat badan 2, 3, 4 kilo. Same thing dengan IF as well. It is not something that you can do 365 hari setahun. It is something you can do mungkin untuk beberapa hari. So my advice to you is still you have to be able to mengamalkan pemakanan harian yang menggembirakan, because kalau ia tidak menggembirakan and you asyik stres menanti hari raya, menanti penghujung diet kau itu, then it is not going to solve your problem. It has to become gaya hidup. Untuk ia menjadi gaya hidup, tak kiralah senaman, sukan, pemakanan, it has to merangkumi majority hari dalam setahun itu supaya it can become tabiat. The problem with sukan juga, you have hari sukan negara, bulan sukan negara, you have MSSD, MSSM. It is not enough to become
a lifestyle. It has to become perkara yang becomes rutin harian, then mudah untuk diamalkan. So if you can amalkan IF untuk rutin harian sepanjang hayat, it is suka hati engkau. Ya, there is no diet yang terbaik untuk semua orang. In our program, bukan soal kurus pun, we don't amalkan mana-mana diet. We ask you to learn about asas, ya, calorie, learn about asas pyramid, suku-suku separuh, learn from IF, learn keto, learn diet mana-mana, petik ilmu kiri kanan, tengok mana yang sesuai for you, because every diet ada kisah kejayaan, every diet ada kisah yang kurang berjaya. It is not salah the diet, it is salah tanggungjawab individu untuk menjayakannya buat diri sendiri. But my advice to you is, benalah diet Wan Muhammad Muizuddin, benalah diet Safa, benalah diet Nik Rafuddin, benalah diet Fatin, diet Kai. Build your own diet. Jangan follow mana diet dengan membuta. Don't follow anything I say dengan membuta. Don't follow anything anyone says dengan membuta. Because if you follow dengan membuta, what is sesuai for him or her may not be sesuai for you. And dalam ajaran agama as well, is lebih baik untuk menghayati, memahami sesuatu ajaran daripada just ikut semata-mata. So when you listen to this talk, when you listen to panduan nasihat diet yang diberikan, my advice is listen, mempersoalkan, and digest, and then apply it untuk diri sendiri. But tanpa ilmu, without knowledge, it's very difficult to digest and mempersoalkan anything yang ditunjuk ajarkan kepada anda. Hence, a lot of the discussions today focus on asas. Once your asas is kukuh, then you boleh menambah ilmu tambahan untuk mengukuhkan lagi your dasar and have really control, kawalan terhadap kesihatan diri kita yang tersendiri, because everyone's objective berbeza-beza, everyone's latar belakang berbeza-beza, everyone's keadaan kesihatan dengan kencing manis, kolesterol, hypertension, sakit pinggang dan sebagainya tersendiri. So any advice is advice yang umum, but it does not always apply to everyone. So you have to petik the ilmu and then menyesuaikannya. But don't follow any diet dengan membuta. There is no diet yang sempurna untuk semua orang, including diet suku-suku separuh, pyramid, keto, Atkins, Hollywood, Bollywood, IF. There is no perfection in any diet, and diet is not sempurna. You have to forget about the word sempurna. Sempurna is a word that puts unnecessary stress on your life. If your diet sempurna dengan brokoli, salmon, ayam dada, semuanya sihat belaka, stres kau, it is not going to menggembirakan you, and you will not last long, walaupun on paper it is sempurna. Your diet needs to be imperfect. It needs to have ketidaksempurnaan pilihan makanan, because that is life. Life is not perfect. Senaman tidak sempurna, kewangan tidak sempurna, kekeluargaan tidak sempurna, saya tidak sempurna, awak tak sempurna. If your diet is sempurna on paper, it is boring. And when you're boring, you stress. So your diet must have benda yang menggembirakan, benda yang mengenyangkan, benda yang merepek, ice cream, teh tarik, nasi lemak yang menggembirakan. If those things tidak menggembirakan anda, suka hati kau, but you have other things yang menggembirakan you, and it's really important for you to include, memasukkan makanan yang menggembirakan dalam plan pemakanan, because kalau tanpanya the pemakanan becomes tak happy, and if tak happy, tak sustainable, and it does not become a solution to your problem. So my diet, your diet is lebih kurang sama. I makan benda yang merepek hari-hari, I makan benda yang sihat pun hari-hari, but it's always nisbah kedua-duanya. Do I kira kalori? No. Do I memahami kalori? Yes. Do I merlakar plan pemakanan hari-hari? No. If my kawan terhantar apple pie ke whatnot, makanlah. It is not about kesempurnaan. It is about an understanding of fundamentals yang membolehkan saya bergerak dalam ruangan erti kegembiraan yang lebar. If your definasi kegembiraan kehidupan is very cetek, very narrow, kebarangkalian besar, you're not going to be very happy. If your erti kejayaan, kawalan berat badan is very cetek, it's hanya about penurunan angka berat badan, it will become very stressful. But if you melebarkan the definition of success dalam mengejar kawalan berat badan, in this case, it is about knowledge, kecergasan, keyakinan, kekuatan, kegembiraan. You broaden the definition inch loss, then it makes it easier to maneuver diri you dalam kehidupan yang mempunyai kegembiraan ertinya yang lebih lebar, because our goal in life is not to have a six-pack. Your goal in life is not to become kaya raya. Your goal in life is not to become perfect. Your goal in life is to be happy. That is all. Your goal in life is to be happy. And happiness is something only you know. I don't know what makes you happy. I know what makes me happy. And erti kegembiraan is very complex. It is soal kesehatan, yes. Kecergasan, yes. Image diri, yes. Kekeluargaan, yes. Kerohanian, yes. Keagamaan, yes. It is a very complex thing, but my goal in life is to be happy. And for me, I have to make sure my erti kegembiraan is very big supaya my foundation of happiness is kukuh and tak mudah goyang bila berlakunya perkara di luar kawalan. And di luar kawalan is contohnya PKP. You cannot control PKP. It is dalam tangan kerajaan. It is dalam tangan pandemik dunia yang sedang melanda everyone. But what you can control is how you deal with the kawalan pergerakan PKP dengan menjaga kesihatan diri, mensalurkan stres ke arah yang membina. Senaman is an amazing channel for stress kehidupan. I would not know what to do with my stress if I did not have ruang senaman to salurkan stres. But to be able to bersenam, I have to mengawal keselamatan diri supaya again I listen to what I can or cannot do. Sakit pinggang dan sebagainya menghalang kebolehan untuk bersenam. So it's very important for me to know risk management dalam keadaan seperti ini supaya I tidak memudaratkan diri dalam menjayakan senaman. Because when you follow program senaman, and let's say hari ini melibatkan senaman virtual bersama dengan saya, and you just follow senaman that I do, but tak sesuai dengan anda, ia akan meningkatkan kebarangkalian anda cedera. The last thing you want is to get injured hanya demi satu sesi senaman. Because once you cedera, and touch wood, it is kecederaan yang quite big, ya, ankle roll like Conor McGregor, hari itu ya salah langkah, boom, ankle gone dan sebagainya. The impact on your mental health, the impact on your kebolehan to be happy is impacted for 3 to 6 months. And you have to then menggerakkan diri ke hospital pula yang dah pun beban tinggi dalam pandemik sekarang ini, and you are contributing to the the workload because you have an injury dan sebagainya. It is not berbaloi cedera hanya demi satu sesi senaman. So it goes back to the don't follow sebarang senaman yang anyone is doing because tak semestinya sesuai with everyone. Contohnya burpees. Burpees is an amazing exercise. Full body ya, lower body terlibat, upper body terlibat, core terlibat, cardiovascular terlibat, but impact tinggi. Lompat sana, lompat sini dengan beban yang berlebihan meningkatkan kebarangkalian cedera. So don't follow sebarang senaman. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. It is suka hati kau. And suka hati kau is a slogan baju, a slogan in our program that we use to memperkasakan individu not needing to follow anything anyone says because you are an adult. You are seorang dewasa. You can decide whatever the hell you want to do, but you have to bear the consequences of your actions, termasuklah melakukan senaman or not doing it, because again, every action has a following reaction, kan? So now, very quickly, to help you mengawal keselamatan diri dalam senaman, wear shoes, walaupun indoor. What kind of shoe you must wear? Pakai kasut training. Kasut training tak sama dengan kasut jogging. Ramai orang memakai kasut jogging untuk semua aktiviti senaman, which is memudaratkan keselamatan diri. Now, think about it. Yeah. A jogging shoe, a running shoe is meant for larian lurus, jangka masa yang berpanjangan dengan agak-agak pergerakan yang sama, ya, just lurus sahaja. It is quite soft, agak lembut tapaknya untuk absorb your rentak larian untuk jangka masa berpanjangan. It is also agak ringan untuk again mengurangkan beban yang berterusan untuk setiap langkah striding larian. But when you buat senaman bebanan, senaman squat, senaman body weight training, you melibatkan senaman tepi, kanan, kiri, depan, belakang, lateral movements pelbagai yang kasut jogging tak sokong. Kasut jogging supports front and back movement untuk stride, but dia tak memberikan kedudukan yang kukuh untuk left right lateral. This is why you have tennis shoes, basketball shoes, futsal shoe, hiking shoe, training shoe, bukan suka-suka. It is untuk menyokong, mengurangkan stres pada sendi lutut anda supaya kurang berisiko cedera. So if you don't have a training shoe, anda hanya memiliki a running shoe, remember, running only for running. Everything else, kebolehnya training shoe paling kurang lah. Even Zumba sekalipun, you want to have a training shoe because you have to step left, step right, step front, you have to turn, which a running shoe is too soft. Again, bayangkan a running shoe macam road bike, bicycle, it's agak ringan, agak nipis. Bayangkan a training shoe macam mountain bike punya tayar, heavy, yes, but lebih lebar, yes. Lebih lebar means lebih kukuh. And when you are more stable, then there is less stress untuk menstabilkan kedudukan, less stress on your knee, less stress on your gelang kaki untuk sentiasa menyimbangkan diri, and less stress on your joints, lebih kurang risiko anda cedera. So if you don't have a training shoe, paling kurang melaburkan sikit wang untuk a training shoe. What jenama? Suka tinggal ya Puma, Reebok, Under Armour, Nike, any jenama yang agak dikenali would be just fine. Okay, now time check. It's 11:36. I'm gonna continue membabbling maybe for another 5 minutes, and then we can answer a lot of questions. The last thing I want to talk about untuk asas senaman is kadar degupan jantung untuk menilai kualiti senaman. Ya, untuk kualiti senaman rintangan kita dah ada agak-agak pemahaman, ya, kita nak push sampai agak-agak ada fatigue supaya ada pemangkin perangsang yang berkualiti. But let's talk about your heart. Let's talk about senaman cardiovascular. The first thing you should remember is jantung anda merupakan otot. Your heart is a muscle. And your muscle needs pemangkin senaman untuk mengekalkan keupayaannya. The problem is you cannot bagi dumbbell kecil to your heart. Yeah, you cannot do weight training for your heart. But the only way to train your heart is dengan senaman cardiovascular. So cuba anda gunakan ruangan chat. What is contoh senaman cardiovascular yang anda boleh menjayakan di rumah? What kind of senaman cardiovascular can you do dalam keadaan kawalan pergerakan ini? Ya, jogging, kalau anda dibenarkan keluar, you can jog, you can do jumping jacks, ya, you can do skipping dan sebagainya. Ya, a lot of things that you can do. Tabata as well, you can do jumping jacks, you can do brisk walking as well. Ya, bergantung kepada kebolehan. Plank is not so much cardiovascular, Intan. Plank is more on senaman core. So again, as I mentioned pada permulaan sesi, there are 4 jenis senaman. Upper body, lower body, core, and cardiovascular. So whenever you berdepan dengan tabata ke apa, always mempersoalkan diri sendiri, what is objektif senaman tersebut, supaya again you tak just follow membuta, but then you boleh mempersoalkan kesesuaian, and then you boleh melakar plan senaman yang tersendiri berdasarkan pemahaman ilmu diri sendiri. Alright, so now, if let's say you do jogging as a common example, and Kai sedang berjogging dalam treadmill di belakang tabir beliau itu, how would Kai know semasa jogging sama ada ia berkualiti atau tidak berkualiti? Because semua orang mempunyai kebolehan kardiovaskular yang berbeza-beza. How would you know how to menilai kualiti senaman kardiovaskular semasa jogging treadmill? Yeah, so we have Adam kira masa, ya, masa sentiasa berlalu, and we have Nur Amalina, very good. Yeah, she mentioned heart rate, because senaman kardiovaskular is to menilai atau meningkatkan kadar degupan jantung. And let's talk about heart rate training sekejap. Now, calorie burn, as Kai mentioned, is jumlah pembakaran minyak kereta. So when you exercise, the car is moving, the faster you move, the more the more fuel you burn. How do you meningkatkan kadar pembakaran minyak kereta dalam keadaan tidak bergerak? If the car engine is on, tak bergerak, how do you meningkatkan kadar pembakaran minyak kereta dalam keadaan tidak bergerak? How would you increase calorie burn when you just sit quietly? What do? You tekan minyak, you meningkatkan RPM kereta. Once the RPM goes up, walaupun gear neutral, tak bergerak, the engine has to move more. The more the engine moves, 1,000 RPM per minute versus 6,000 RPM per minute, the more you burn or the faster the engine moves, the more minyak you bakar. It's the same thing for your heart. The lebih tinggi kadar degupan jantung, lebih banyak kalori you bakar. That is why when you minum kopi sekalipun yang meningkatkan metabolisme, dia akan merangsang kadar degupan jantung. Walaupun tak banyak, from 60 beats per minute to 65 beats per minute, 65 beats per minute will still burn more than 60 beats per minute. But if you tak biasa minum kopi, or you makan pil kurus bakar lemak kurus malam kau yang tak kurus-kurus, what is kandungan utama pil pembakar lemak fat burner yang tak burn fat pun? What does the fat burning pill contain? Apakah kandungan utama a fat burning pill? If any one of you knows or pernah ambil, tak salah, tak haram, tak diharamkan KKM, but it's contoh of dipergunakan versus mempergunakan, because ramai orang tak faham. Don't buy any product without knowing how it works. There is no magic pill. Kalau there was a magic pill, I have no job, but it does not really work that well. Yeah, we have Hilmi who says steroids. Yeah, fat burning pill does not contain steroid, but fat burning pills, kandungan utamanya is caffeine. Yeah, and if they say caffeine free, they tipu you. They menggantikan the caffeine with guarana or Yuhimbe or Tongkat Ali. It is basically similar. It is a stimulant, natural. They will say natural ingredient. Yes, caffeine is natural. Marijuana pun is natural. Does not mean it's good for you. Tobacco pun is natural. Does not mean it is good for you. They don't lie, but they use words like natural dan sebagainya to just make the thing sound natural, but it does not mean it's good. Yeah. So again, the main ingredient in a fat burning pill is thermogenic ingredients. Yeah. If you are an engineer ke apa, thermodynamics, dia meningkatkan metabolisme by giving you a stimulant, di mana RPM kenderaan kau akan meningkat walaupun just duduk termenung sahaja. And that is where the problem is. When you take a fat burning pill, you will feel macam something is happening but nothing is happening. You will feel resah, anxiety, insomnia, tak tenang, because always something is pressing on your RPM dalam keadaan you nak relax. And that is why ramai orang mungkin pakai untuk sehari, 2-3 hari, but it is not something that you should do because it makes you feel restless and tak tenang and stressed. Yeah, so that is the side effect of a fat burner secara Okay, now back to the heart rate. So now let's say Kai sedang berlari atas treadmill and has a heart rate monitor like this, which I hope you have. So again, if you don't have a heart rate monitor, don't have training shoes, A, go to Shopee ke apa, go buy a training shoe, and B, buy a heart rate monitor. This is one of the best things that you can melaburkan diri. Kai, your watch is a heart rate monitor or no? Tak apa cakap. Your jam tangan is a heart rate jam tangan or bukan?
Heart rate.
Heart rate. Yeah. What brand?
Match Pro 6.
Okay. Now, honestly, jenama for me is not super important. But yang paling penting is jangan beli jenama yang tak pernah dengar. So you can buy Amazfit, Huawei, Samsung, Apple Watch, Polar, Sunto, Garmin. But my advice is get a heart rate monitor. because it helps you to menilai kualiti kadar degupan jantung semasa melakukan senaman kardiovaskular, tabata, HIIT dan sebagainya. Now, the following agak serius sikit. Every year, all the time, akan ada orang meninggal, cardiac arrest, serangan jantung dan sebagainya, complications semasa melakukan senaman kardiovaskular, main badminton ke, squash ke, jogging ke, marathon ke. Masa Euro baru-baru ni we had Ericsson from Denmark collapsed due to a cardiac problem during the match, because you have to be able to menilai kemampuan jantung engine anda, because if the RPM goes too high, macam kereta Formula 1. Kereta Formula 1 dia tak nak main zone yang selamat. Dia nak push zone merah sentiasa because it is soal menang kalah and they have to push the limits. But that is why engine damage on a Formula 1 car is so high, because they always push the limits. But you are not a Formula 1 car. If you think you are and you always pushing the boundaries, kebarangkalian something will go wrong is sangat tinggi. So you have to menilai keselamatan kualiti degupan jantung anda, and let's menguji anda punya pemahaman tentang RPM kenderaan masing-masing. Sekiranya Kai sedang berlari treadmill, ada heart rate monitor dan menilai bacaannya, what is nilai kadar degupan jantung yang beliau perlu sasarkan? What is a heart rate number yang anda rasa agak sesuai untuk Kai semasa berjogging atas treadmill? Ya, cuba fikirkan sekejap. Ya, we have Adam Haziq 120. Ya, 120 is within the zone, means it's not too low, not too high, but it's not too high, not too low, but agak on the lower end of things. 160, 160 would still be in the zone, but pushing towards the ceiling already. Yeah, very, very good. Now, this is very important. If you tak pernah mengira benda ni, this is very simple. I'm going to use the chat session to share this. Now on YouTube, anda boleh cuba follow what I'm going to do. Now your maximum heart rate is equal to 220 minus your age. So again, I repeat, your maximum heart rate in theory is 220 minus your age. Kai, how old are you? 30. Okay, easy mathematics. So now, if you're 30 years old, your maximum heart rate for Kai, so max HR Kai is equal to 220 minus 30 equals 190 beats per minute. Yeah, so in theory, RPM zone merah Kai is 190 beats per minute. At no time does he want to see 180, 185, 190 on the watch, because that would mean he is almost pushing to maximum, and that is only to be done dalam kawalan hospital semasa buat ujian stress test, where they will try and push it to 95% maxima to menilai your kemampuan jantung and to basically make sure that there is no irregularities. Yeah, so, okay, now Fatin, I see your question here. I will answer this after we are done with this topic. Kita akan meluangkan masa for Q&A. For athletes pun it's the same, Hilmi, but because athletes are stronger, they can run faster and maintain heart rate yang agak rendah. So if you are a beginner yang kurang cergas, jantung kurang mampu, memang brisk walking pun dah akan masuk zone yang agak tinggi. But athletes can run quite laju dengan mengekalkan kemampuan kadar degupan jantung yang quite normal. Let me mendefinisikan what is normal. So now very, very quickly, zone heart rate for Kai would be equal to 60% to 80%. That would be his training zone. 60% on the lower end, 80% on the upper end daripada maxima 190. So now we know his maxima is 190. So HR training zone for Kai would be 60% from 190 is 112. Yes, 112 beats per minute, and the upper zone would be 80% from 190 is 152. So 152, sorry, 60% is 114. So sorry, let me do it again. Kai, 60% is 114 to 152. So now, if I were Kai and I have a heart rate monitor and I do senaman jogging ke cardiovascular ke Tabata ke apa, I want to try and push my heart rate to zone 80. So maybe 140, 145, 150 pun boleh. Kalau terlajak sikit 155 pun tak apa. But if I see 155, hampir 160, that should be sign for me to recover. Yeah, instead of doing a fast run, I recover slow jog ke apa. Untuk mereka yang baru bermula, let's say my dad yang berusia 70-an, ya, beliau kena kira untuk usia 70, so 220 minus 70, zone dia lebih rendah. But again, brisk walking pun dah boleh sampai ke 80% untuk maksima beliau. So it's not soal laju ke tak laju, it's soal kemampuan. And if you are seorang yang tak boleh jogging, berat berlebihan, you can do brisk walking, treadmill, incline, ya, untuk meningkatkan kesukaran, untuk again menaikkan kadar degupan jantung ke zon yang lebih berkualiti. Tanpa senaman kardiovaskular dalam zon yang berkualiti, your heart has no reason to increase fitness. And your heart will menyesuaikan diri dengan gaya hidup anda yang kurang aktif, and anda akan kurang bermaya as you age. So as you get older, ya, kehilangan otot including jantung, wajib senaman untuk memberikan pemangkin yang berkualiti untuk mengekalkan dan mungkin menguatkan kemampuan kardiovaskular jantung, paru-paru, untuk berdepan dengan aktiviti gaya hidup. So again, jangan serah diri kepada usia yang makin meningkat. You have to fight to keep fit dengan senaman yang berkualiti dalam kesibukan kita sebagai profesional ataupun tuan badan diri sendiri. Beres? Beres? Let me then meluangkan masa serba sedikit untuk menjawab sebarang pertanyaan. So if you have any questions, and I will start with a direct message here. I will not say the name of the person if it's direct message. So the first question here is it good to drink a lot of water or just to consume enough based on our weight? Again, don't follow anything anyone says. And there's a lot of this advice on minumlah 3-4 liter. There are some pengeluar product, which I don't want to say the name. They will ask you to drink a lot of water. Don't follow anyone's advice dengan membuta, because you have to bear the consequences of your actions. If you follow the advice and you ambil botol air 3-4 liter, minum dalam sehari just to memuaskan kuota yang diberikan, you membebankan buah pinggang. You are burdening your kidneys to flush air. Your kidney has a lifespan. Bayangkan macam toilet. And let's say it's 60,000 kali. In your lifespan, you can tekan this toilet. Yeah, after 60,000 times, it will rosak. If you abuse your kidney because you minum air yang banyak, you will shorten the lifespan of this kidney, because you nak kurus dengan menyingkirkan air yang banyak, Yes, it works. Yeah, the more water you drink, the more you flush. But don't go crazy. Keperluan air is not semudah 25 kilo bersamaan dengan 1 liter air. It's not semudah minum 8 gelas air sehari. Keperluan air is extremely dynamic. If we had this session dalam ruangan dewan yang tidak berhawa dingin, ya, yang agak panas lembab, you will sweat a lot. Automatically you need to more water. Berbeza anda sedang menontonnya dalam keadaan berhawa dingin, walaupun your berat is the same. If you are jogging today sejam, esoknya tak, berat lebih kurang, takkan keperluan air is the same. Ya, so keperluan air bergantung kepada banyak faktor, including activity, cuaca dan sebagainya. And the best way to menilai keperluan air seharian is to menilai warna urine. Warna urine yang jernih menggambarkan hydration yang bagus. Warna urine yang kekuningan menggambarkan dehydration. So if you tengok warna urine first thing in the morning, selepas tidur 8 jam, sure kuning. Why? 8 jam tak tidur. 8 jam tak minum air, so logically it will be kuning. So my advice is tak perlulah mengira jumlah pengambilan air. I pun tak pernah kira. But minumlah air sepanjang hari. Now, adakah kopi, air jus, teh tarik sebahagian pengambilan air seharian, atau adakah hanya air kosong sahaja? Semua jenis bendale adalah keperluan air seharian. It is not just air kosong kau. If you minum teh ke, kopi ke, vegetable, buah-buahan, sup ke, everything is part of pengambilan air. It's not just about air kosong sahaja. Okay. Next question here we have is masa yang sesuai untuk breakfast, lunch and dinner. My advice is jangan make it terlalu rigid. The best, when you wake up in the morning, that is your breakfast. Dinner can be before, after Maghrib, is up to you. Lunch is somewhere in between. Now, whether you makan 3 hidangan sehari, berpuasa 2 hidangan sehari, or 6 hidangan sehari, itu suka hati engkau. Yang paling penting is pengambilan seharian. Macam kisah Kai tadi 1,006 is 1,006. Kalau 2 hidangan sehari, 800. 4 hidangan, 4. 5 hidangan, 6 hidangan, just make the meals smaller. I personally prefer hidangan yang kecil untuk ada bekalan tenaga yang berterusan. But again, don't follow anything I say. You have to menyesuaikannya untuk diri sendiri. Next question I have here, also direct message, is suitable time to exercise. The best time is when you have time. Yeah, don't overcomplicate uncomplicated things. Tak semua orang sesuai masa pagi, tak semua orang sesuai waktu petang. Everyone's life is huru-hara dengan cabaran yang berbeza. The best time is when you have time. Yeah, all right. Then I have next question here. This is soalan yang public from Adam. Bersukan di waktu malam berbahaya ke tak? It's quite relevant untuk the topic just now. Senaman malam is always topik yang hangat dibincangkan, and let's mengetepikan faktor agama, because dalam Islam ramai orang cepat untuk mengeluarkan bahawasanya malam dijadikan untuk rehat. Fine, yeah. But if malam is the only time that I have time untuk riadah, untuk kebaikan diri, nawaitu untuk memberikan kebaikan kepada tubuh pemberian, Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala is maha memahami, maha mengetahui. I don't think it is hukum yang akan menjadi isu yang besar nanti. at the end of the day, it comes down to your niat and your kebolehan to mengatur, mengawal masa. Adakah senaman malam membunuh? The answer is no. Yeah, now there was a petikan article 6, 7, 8 years ago. Sensasi, tajuk senaman malam membunuh was the topic of the article yang ditulis oleh seorang wartawan bersama seorang doktor. When I read the article, niat doktor tu is not to mengatakan senaman malam membunuh. What the doctor was trying to say is kerja stress, traffic jam stress, senaman stress physical. Yeah, your body cannot differentiate stress emosi, stress physical, stress kewangan, social media, PKP. For your body, stress is stress. And yang membunuh kita at the end of the day is tekanan kehidupan yang berterusan. Tekanan organ, tekanan kidney, tekanan kulit, tekanan jantung. At the end of the day, the tekanan kehidupan shortens the lifespan of our body. And we will die at the end of the day. If you abuse your organ dengan merokok, ya, yang memberikan pelbagai tekanan kehidupan paru-paru untuk berfungsi, you are shortening your lifespan by stressing the body unnecessarily. If you tidak bersenam langsung, takut stres physical, then you have to berdepan dengan hakikat bahawa your body tak cergas. So everything you do is beban kepada badan. If you pula go the other spectrum, bersenam sepanjang masa, tidak memberikan rehat. Stres yang berpanjangan pun memberikan stres berlebihan. And there was a study that said a couch potato versus a marathon runner yang runs every day, kebarangkalian a marathon runner berdepan dengan serangan jantung lebih tinggi berbanding dengan yang couch potato, because again it's soal stress yang berpanjangan. So again, senaman malam, kerja stress, traffic jam stress, senaman malam, senaman is stress. If senaman malam leads to you kurang quality tidur, because kena bangun esok pagi awal subuh ke kerja ke apa, kurang tidur, stress. Yang membawa maut is not senaman malam semata-mata, it's this rangkaian of stress yang akan membawa kepada pelbagai masalah yang akhirnya membawa, in this case contohnya kematian. So it's not about senaman malam semata-mata, it is about mengawal stres kehidupan secara am. Do I bersenam waktu malam? Kadang-kala I prefer to senaman waktu pagi, but my rentak kehidupan is agak leisurely. I can bersenam whenever I want to. I prefer to relax at night, but I do bersenam waktu malam once in a while, but ia bukan tabiat kebiasaan bagi diri saya. But before I end and hand it over back to Kai, do not follow anything I say. Always listen, digest it, and menyesuaikan nasihat yang diberi dengan diri anda yang tersendiri. Dengan ini, I would like to end my session. I hope you had fun. Semoga it was meaningful to you, dan semoga ia memperkasakan anda untuk manage kehidupan dalam keadaan yang sangat mencabar ini ke arah yang lebih gembira, termasuklah kegembiraan fizikal, berat badan, mentally dan sebagainya. And saya ingin mendoakan all the best to you. Semoga kita dapat mengatasi cabaran pandemik COVID-19 di Malaysia bersama, and dapat menuju ke kehidupan yang biasa selepas ini. Thank you so much everyone again. Assalamualaikum and bye-bye. Back to you, Brother Kai.
Okay, thank you so much to Brother Kevin Zahari for the nice sharing and nice talk for today. And hopefully all of us can get benefit from this talk. And last but not least, I would like to remind all the participants to to fill up the attendance and feedback form to get the CTD points. With that, we end our talk with tasbih kifarah and surah Al-Asr. Thank you to Brother Kevin. Brother Kevin, nak screenshot screen jap.
Okey, boleh?
Ada minat Brother Kevin kat belakang ni.
Ada kat tu, background aku tu.
Bang, background.
Sekejap.
Belum macam ni, buat
You want to say hi?
Okay, Brother Kevin.
Hai, siapa nama tu comel tu?
Hai.
What's your name? Okay lah.
Okay, Brother Kevin. Sekejap.
Okay.
Tak nampak muka aku tu.
Kita screenshot jap. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Thank you, Brother Kevin.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, bro.
Assalamualaikum. Bye. Thank you everybody. Stay safe.
Brother Kevin, ni kalau ada masa, kalau insyaAllah kalau MCO ni habis, kita nak invite to physical attendance untuk
Boleh,
Brother Kevin
boleh.
datang ke hospital kita. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Thank you so much.